My name's Carol Lease. I'm the Executive Director of the Empowerment Program in Denver. The Empowerment Program has provided services for about 26 years for women who face numerous barriers to becoming healthy and living productive lives. We provide housing, employment, education, and health services. We're a licensed drug and alcohol treatment program and a licensed mental health clinic for women. And we specialize working with women who have coexisting disorders, homeless, living with HIV, who can't get services with a lot of other providers because they really bring tremendous challenges to providing services. Running the program has its great days and it has its bad days. But overall, I have more great days for the past 26 years. And the value of that is I get to work with women who've spent a lot of time in prison, have come out in recovery, and really want to do something with their lives. And we hire about half the staff are women who share some of the characteristics of the participants we work with. So that's what keeps me going. We developed health services. We try to stay on top of what issues are cutting issues. For example, co-occurring disorders, providing mental health and drug treatment services concurrently with the same provider, which is how it should be done, those services. And it's still challenging to do that because there are not a lot of models out there. You have your areas, you have the silos of substance users, substance treatment, and mental health treatment. They don't work well together. Well, empowerment, we're our own entity, and we don't owe allegiance to either group, and so we can kind of experiment and see how do you make these things work. There's one staff member, in fact, who I've known her and worked with her for about 20 years. She'd go in prison, come out. She'd be out about a year, and then she'd go back to prison, break a rule, break a parole. Not a new offense, but just breaking a rule. So the last time she came out about 5 years ago, it was the same pattern. Got a job, worked, kept to herself, but she kept connected with me and the program. So about a year in, I said, it's about a year. And usually about a year after you get out, things start going downhill for you. Have you thought about that? What are you going to do differently? And she did think about it, did some things different, and she's been out for 4 years now. In fact, I hired her. She's real good, and she's a great role model to the women, and she really understands what being in and out of prison on the same offense for 20 years does to someone. It kind of rips your life apart. So seeing her succeed has been fantastic, and seeing other women succeed has been great. Providing employment services and training services for women who have co-occurring disorders is incredibly challenging. Abstinence from drugs is not treatment, and giving somebody a pill for their mental illness is not treatment. There must be things that are done far beyond that. Developing relationships with people, whether it's a therapist, a coworker, family member. I think the relationship part has become really clear to me too, that even people who have major barriers to employment, if they can get a good relationship with someone going and believe in themselves, the mental illness and the drug addiction, a history of that, doesn't keep them from working full time. I think when an employer actually sees a person and sees the work they can do, a lot of the stereotype goes away. What makes the difference when we work with participants is helping them light their own candle and turn on their own light bulb. That's because they're empowering themselves. They're figuring it out, that their lives can be different and their lives can change, that they can change, that there is hope, and that there are people out there who are going to support them in those changes. What keeps me going is seeing when women make it and succeed and leave and do well and don't come back.